same. Doing what I did before. A few punks in town don't know the score. See me, I run the show. Don't get in my way or you'll have to go. I'm back. Charles Endell Esquire is definitely back. Definitely. Titty bum bum, titty bum bum, a titty bumbaroni, a titty bum bum, a diddle-idle noble, a diddle-idle. Don't get in my way or you'll have to go. I'm back. Clickety-click. Charles Endell Esquire.
Nice head flick there by Murdoch through, setting a chance up here on the right-hand side of the field. Picked up nicely now by McAllister as Murdoch heads into goal. This is a really good chance for the home side to catch up in this game. Overcomes Agoss. A good nice dummy there by Matson. What a chance and a lovely goal by Murdoch. Beautifully stuck away. What a goal by Murdoch, and that's the kind of finishing that's made this boy worth £500,000. Well, Sandy, 19 goals so far this season, 2 more this afternoon. It's been a great season for you.
Aye.
Does this £500,000 tag worry you at all?
Oh, no, I just take every game as it comes.
Yet I gather there are at least 3 English clubs who are willing to pay the money your club are asking for you. 5% of that would make your bank manager pretty happy.
Well, money's not everything.
Well, does that mean that you don't want to go to England?
No, I'll just stay here till
what?
I get the right sort of offer.
Maybe from America?
Aye, maybe.
Well, I hope it works out well for you, Sandy, no matter what happens. Well, as a reminder to scorers everywhere, here's another look at the second of Sandy Murdoch's 2 goals here this
Hey, Dixie! I need a clean shirt for tomorrow. I'm in Acapulco nearly every week, you know that? Oh, and here's a young genius with magic in his feet. I was just having a word with your estimable parents, Sandy. They seem to like my little proposition, eh, Jody?
Aye. Proposition?
Go west, young man. Set up home on the range alongside the deer and the antelope. Leave your troubles on the British shore and take your ease on the sunny side of the street. Am I right, Jeannie?
Aye.
You've certainly the gift of the gab, mister. What are you selling?
My card?
Worldwide Sporting Enterprises. It's where?
I got caught in the rain at the airport. I flew in from L.A. this morning specially to see you.
Me?
You've heard of the San Remo Superjets?
Of course. Top of the American League last 2 seasons.
They need a new striker. They've asked me to recommend one.
Why you?
I'm their European agent, unofficial, of course. My other interests take up most of my time, but if I put my seal of approval on a player, he's as good as bought.
Suppose he doesn't want to be bought.
Oh, well, then I'll go for Keegan or Kenny Dalglish.
Oh, you rate me ahead of them 2, eh?
It's potential I go for, Sandy. Eh, Jody?
Aye.
See, anyone can buy achievement, but to spot talent, real talent, before it comes to full bloom, that's what makes my job worthwhile. Am I right, Jeannie?
Aye.
Tell you what, I'll take you to dinner tomorrow night, and then we can tie everything up, eh? No, Jasper, he won't accept any other offers. Not before you get here. The Superjets will have first refusal. That I guarantee. Well, I look forward to it. Nice doing business with you, as ever. Well, I don't know which is creating the bigger draft, Hamish, that door or your mouth. Will you shut them both, please, before I catch pneumonia?
Worldwide Sporting Enterprises.
A co-director who can read, Janet. I knew I'd made the right choice.
Right on, CV.
Here, I want you to take down a letter.
Sure, CV.
To Jasper X McIntosh.
X?
X as in divorcee. To Jasper X McIntosh, San Remo, California. Further to our telephone conversation of today's date.
Hang on a minute. Who's Jasper X McIntosh?
Oh, a neo-Hibernian who is trying to make ends meet on the other side of the world. Now, if we put a bit of business his way, we will be helping a clansman to pull a fast one over the conniving ethnic minorities in that cosmopolitan melting pot. Now, where was I?
Further to our telephone conversation of today's
Our
date.
transatlantic telephone conversation.
Wants to hire a car, does he?
Hire a car, Hamish. Jasper X doesn't hire cars. He buys them by the fleet. No. We're going to sell him a footballer.
Oh, you sure we've got one in stock?
Only Sandy Murdoch.
Sandy Murdoch? How can we sell him Sandy Murdoch? He doesn't belong to us.
He belongs to me, or he will do so by tomorrow.
He's signing an exclusive contract.
Hey, listen, would somebody kindly tell me what's going on around here?
Look, Worldwide, you're finally beginning to live up to your name. I mean, for goodness sake, if the powers that be found out that all Worldwide car hire had to offer was a megalithic ice cream van, they'd prosecute you under the Trade Descriptions Act.
So? I might be a bit short on vehicles, but I'm even shorter on sporting enterprises.
That's just where you're wrong, China. You should hear some of Mr. Endell's ideas. They're really going to put us on the map.
Well, I say map he's on, you mean? Where all roads lead back to square one.
That's cheap, Hamish. You ought to be ashamed, so you should. CB's cutting in on some of his action. He's even going legitimate because of you. And instead of being grateful, you smack him right in the teeth.
I'm sorry, Charlie. No offence.
None taken. I can understand your feelings, Sonny, but... I mean, it's true that one or two of my ventures recently have not come to fruition as per, but this one will lead us down the yellow brick road to riches beyond the dreams of average.
A sport? I thought you hated it.
Whatever gave you that idea? Mens sana in corpore sano and all that. Oh, middle of the back row on a frosty winter afternoon at Twicker's. Second wicket down at the gasworks end. The smack of the leather and the willow on a village green in summer.
You've been away too long, Charlie. They don't go much in cricket up in Clydeside.
Not yet, they don't. But if we package it right like that Antipodean fellow, we could reach an untapped market. Now, for the last time, where was I?
Further to our transatlantic conversation of today.
Make it telephone conversazione. Yes. Listen, what if we hired Ibrox or Parkhead?
For cricket? At Parkhead? So that's your yellow brick road.
Oh, that's just part of our long-term strategy. But short-term, we need a quick killing.
Spot the ball? Endell, you've got to be joking. Porn magazines don't run spot the ball competitions.
Why not?
Because the readers of Thrust magazine wouldn't be interested, that's why.
Well, maybe some of them need new dirty raincoats.
Oh, it's sacrilegious, that's what it is. Mixing our great national game with mac and a filth. It's just no right.
Lot of smackaroonies in it.
You reckon?
Worth a try. Little Bird told me that your circulation's been falling off these past 6 months.
What about the prize?
Well, I suggest £10,000.
10,000 away, for heaven's sake. I can't afford that kind of money.
You won't have to. We wait till all the entries are in and then we decide where to put the ball. We publish a fictitious winner and then we're home free.
Supposing this thing takes off, what's to prevent me cutting you out?
You need a legitimate front organization, and I've got one.
Worldwide Sporting Enterprises? You?
Me.
I always knew it.
What?
There's less to you than meets the eye. How do we split it?
50-50.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I'm providing the outlet. 60-40.
55-45.
Okay. But I'll need a guarantee against loss. A legitimate contract with a legitimate organization.
I'll have my man of business draw it up. You be in my office at 3:30 tomorrow.
I think that big chance has gone soft.
How's that?
He's just put his head in a block. All I've got to do is chop it off.
Right, Anna, California, here I come. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Keep your arms up and smile. That's enough for today, children. Go get changed. He's not here.
I'll wait.
Oh, why don't you leave him alone, Hugh? Give him a chance to get started again.
Get started at what? Drugs, prostitution, protection.
If you lean on him too hard, it'll be all he has left.
Nobody leant on the Tower of Pisa.
You want to learn the triple time step while you're here. It might cure your flat feet.
What you see in that ponsified villain, I'll never know.
Ponsified villain. Better watch it, Shug. Slanderous talk like that could land you in court.
It's no slander calling the kettle black.
Talking of kettles.
What do you want? I'm a very busy man.
I'm here to do you a favour.
Oh, hey, do you hear that, Dix? He wants to do me a favour, eh? Time to lock up the silver.
I heard a wee whisper, it might be of interest to you.
What wee whisper?
Concerning a friend of yours, Archibald Ronald Telfer.
You have my undivided attention, Shug.
The word is he's coming back with a new name and a new face.
Plastic surgery?
Money's no object to Telfer. Not when you left 180 grand with him when you went inside.
How did you find out about that?
My snout. He also tells me most of the money's been invested in Vince betting shops. There's no way of checking, of course, but his word's usually reliable. Oh, another thing. Telfer's office has got a new tenant.
Solicitor?
Well, that's what he calls himself.
You think there could be some connection?
Telfer's been officially dead for a few months now. His operation must be getting pretty rusty. He needs a front man to keep his wheels running.
I'll make some inquiries.
So will we. We'll pool our information.
You'd share the same pool as a ponsified villain.
We need each other, Charlie. Telfer won't surface till he's sent you up to that great probation officer in the sky. If I want to keep him off my ground, I've got to keep you alive.
Know what, Shug? You're all heart.
Where's McStarsky?
I'll not hear a word said against your brother, Dixie. Where would Strathclyde be without vigilant and dedicated men like him?
That favour he came to do you must have been a big one.
Saved my life, that's all.
Oh, that old thing. Why didn't you save it for something more worthwhile?
Nothing I would like better, but I can't stop now.
Why not?
I have to see a man about a contract.
If you'll sign all 3 copies, Major. Forgive my curiosity, but what's the purpose of this new company? The memorandum's unusually vague.
It's a subsidiary of Forbes Holdings.
But Forbes Holdings is already a subsidiary of Forbes Investments, which is a subsidiary of Forbes International Limited. It's all terribly confusing.
That's the general idea.
Beg your pardon?
Take the fraud squad years to pick the bones out of that lot, eh?
Oh, yes, of course. Jolly good.
Suppose I meant that, Mr. Caradine.
What?
Suppose I really was up to some financial hocus-pocus. Could you continue to act as company secretary?
Well, of course not. I should have to resign immediately.
Splendid. That's what I wanted to hear. Good day to you.
Good day, Major.
Endell!
Forbes. Major.
We're both here on the same mission, I take it. Looking for cracks in the facade.
Uh-huh. Find any?
No. Smooth as a baby's bum.
Now, you want to watch it. This new egalitarian society is beginning to affect your language.
Endell, about that business of the painting, I'm sorry you ended up in the war.
I'll bet.
No need to look so aggrieved. You did get 7,500 for your pains.
It wasn't the pains, it was the humiliation, loss of respect.
Well, I'd like to make it up to you. Come round to my place tomorrow. I have a little scheme that might interest you.
I've got a little scheme of my own going at the moment. Legitimate.
Oh, in what field?
Sport.
Sport? What a remarkable coincidence. That's what I want to talk to you about tomorrow. The sport of kings. Your young acolyte is still in attendance, I see. You're a true philanthropist, Endell. You must give me the name of your tailor, sir.
Here, what's a philanthropist?
Someone who turns a broken-down chauffeur into a man of substance purely out of the goodness of his heart.
I'll take that. Right away. Mr. Carradine will see you now, Mr. Endell.
Goody two-shoes.
This way, please.
Certainement. Keep stum and let me do the talking, okay?
Mr. Endell, Mr. Carradine.
Ah, Mr. Endell. How do you do?
How do you do?
Please.
Thank you. This is my associate, Mr. McIntyre. How do you do?
May I ask you who recommended you to me?
Does it matter?
No, but I just thought if we had a mutual friend, it would be nice to be able to thank him.
Archibald Ronald Telfar.
Who?
My previous solicitor. Your predecessor in that chair.
Oh, yes. I understood that he was dead.
So they say.
But then how could he have recommended me?
A message from the spirit world?
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm a creature of habit, Mr. Carradine. When I heard that somebody else had moved into this shop, I thought, well, if he's as bent as old Archie, he'll suit me fine.
I don't think we have any more to say to each other, Mr. Endell.
Oh, come on. You legal jimmies are always a bit short in humour. Archie was just the same.
Really?
You never met him?
No, I never had the pleasure.
Just took the lease of the office, huh?
That's right.
New to Glasgow, are you?
Yes. My wife died a year ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It was an awful business.
It must have been a terrible shock.
So I decided to leave Edinburgh and start a new practice here.
One of the Queen Street Brigade, were you?
Charlotte Square, actually.
Oh.
But you haven't come here to cross-examine me.
No. There are one or two things we'd like you to handle for us. Mr. McIntyre here has invited me to become a director of one of his companies. Worldwide. And we'd like to change the name from Worldwide Car Hire to Worldwide Sport and Enterprises.
Well, that should be no problem. Unless, of course, you're an undischarged bankrupt.
Do you hear that, Mr. McIntyre? Charles Buchanan Endell, an undischarged bankrupt.
Hilarious.
And then I was accusing him of being short on humour.
Now, you mentioned some other matters.
Yes. There are one or two contracts we'd like you to draw up for us. The first is with a Mr. Alexander Murdoch. That's Sandy Murdoch, the footballer. And the second is with a Mr. Alistair Vint.
What was the second name again?
Vint. As in skint.
Well, well. Good evening, Mr. Endell.
Oh, good evening, Miss Moncrief.
You seem to be extremely well occupied.
Well, as a matter of fact, we are in a meeting.
Ah, a meeting.
Yeah, a business meeting.
Obviously, you're too busy to introduce me. Who is this young man? Your son? Oh, no, he can't be. He's much too good looking.
Look, do you mind, Kate? This gentleman's come specially to see me.
Kept his appointment, did he? That's unusual. He never keeps his appointments with me.
Well, yes, I had to make a quick trip to America.
I see. And which state did you buy this time? Texas? Oklahoma?
Look, don't pay any attention to her. Underneath her blether, she's mad about me, Sandy.
Sandy, that's your name, is it? Mine's Kate.
Hi.
And what sort of business are you in, if I may be so bold?
Look, this is Sandy Murdoch. He's Scotland's white hope for the next World Cup.
A footballer. The outdoor type. Fit, athletic, and clean living. You don't see many of them round our Charlie.
Look, Kate, please, come off it. We're trying to have a private conversation.
Oh, don't mind me. You just go rabbiting on, and I'll just sit here and look at your friend.
Look, this is ridiculous. You've just been a pest.
That's not nice, Charles Buchanan. Not nice at all. I've a good mind to tell Sandy everything I know about you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Tell me, Sandy, who do you play with? I'd like to come and watch.
I'll get you a ticket.
Would you? Oh, that would be marvelous. Perhaps if I gave you my number, you could ring me and tell me how to get there.
Look, he hasn't got time for that. He's going to the States.
When?
As soon as Mr. Endell can arrange it.
Ah, so you're arranging it, are you, Charlie? Fascinating.
Well, not me personally, my organisation.
Ah, your organisation. Even more fascinating.
Yes, Sandy's joining my little stables. I mean, at this point in his career, he needs someone who can, a personal manager, in fact, who can look after his business
management.
interests.
That's what you need, is it?
Ah, well, I want to concentrate on my football, you see. I mean, that's all I know about, like. Some of these guys, they're nothing but con merchants. Isn't that right, Mr. Endell?
Oh, that's right, Sandy.
I suppose you do have to be very careful.
Oh, they can't fool me. I can tell a shark when I see one.
So can I. Tomorrow morning, Charlie, in my office.
Her office? What's she doing there?
Miss Moncriefo. She's in the conversion business.
What, like hooses?
Anything she can lay her holy hands on.
Nice looking bird.
Yeah, she could be, if only her beak wasn't so long. Now, sign here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely back. Definitely. See me. I'm back.
My favourite, yeah? Oh, that's a nice animal, that, isn't it? Voilà. Good judge of horse flesh, are you?
Oh, I tell you, Major, the big punters down south wouldn't place their bets until I'd clock the GGs in the paddock and give them the word, you know.
Good. Suzanne, lead out Bucephalus, will you? Tell me, what do you think of this chap?
Eh? Oh, nice withers. See, the quarters are a bit large. Good hawks. Fantastic fetlock there, though. 12-year-old, is that?
6.
Oh, good healthy teeth, I suppose. Well, I think you've got a real winner there, Major.
As I suspected, the complete ignoramus. This horse is carrying far too much condition to be racing fit. Thanks, Suzanne. We're going to put a lot of money on Bucephalus.
We are?
If you're short of funds, I'll stake you.
I'd rather you'd stake me to a winner.
Well, we'll win, my dear chap, have no fear. That is, if you carry out your part of the plan.
What's the gimmick? An exploding horse box?
Come and have a glass of whiskey. I'm sure I don't have to explain to a man of your experience how the bookies fix their odds.
The school I went to, it was lesson number 1.
Quite. They lengthen or shorten the odds according to the amount of money the punters are investing.
Right.
Now, most of the betting shops have direct hookups to the courses with computers passing on changes in the odds, but there is one way in which you can put money on a horse without affecting the odds.
How?
By doubling it up with another.
But if you're backing 2 horses, you double your chances of losing.
Not if the second horse doesn't come under starter's orders.
I'm sorry, Major, you've lost me.
Oh, for heaven's sake, man, if one horse doesn't run, all the money automatically goes on the other. And the computer would know nothing about it.
Oh, you're beginning to find me again.
A friend of mine has a sure thing going in the 2:30 at Redcar tomorrow. My old nag is due to run at Aird at the same time, and the syndicate of which I'm a member has doubled them up.
So all I have to do is to make sure that your GG doesn't run.
That's the ticket.
No problem.
It's not as simple as it seems. Whatever scheme you devise, it must appear to be straight and above board. If the bookies thought there was any hanky-panky, they declare all bets off.
Straight, huh? Oh, well, then I'll need to subcontract. And I think I know just the fellas.
Miss Moncrief?
Oh, Miss Dixon.
You looking for Charlie?
The mountain has to come to Mohammed. It was either that or erupting.
He's not here.
Do you have any idea where I could find him?
You could try his office.
Office?
Worldwide car hire. He uses it as a base.
That place? The way he was talking, I thought he'd taken a suite at the Argyle Lodge.
Well, he does tend to exaggerate a little, doesn't he?
He wasn't exaggerating yesterday. I saw his client with my own eyes.
His client?
What I'd like to know is why a famous footballer should choose a convicted felon as his personal manager.
You got caper of the Major's. Going to let us in on it?
No.
Why not?
Because it demands brains worldwide, not brawn. I have another job for you.
Something that doesn't need brains, you mean?
Something that requires all the dogged pertinacity that makes you such an invaluable colleague.
Why?
I want you to run a check on Caradine. Find out where he lives, how long he's been there, and who his friends are. And then ring the Herald and find out if they've got anything on him in their files.
Right. Hey, Vince Gorillas.
He must have left the cage open. Bonjour, mes enfants. Well, eh? To what do we owe the pleasure?
Mr. Finn wants to see you.
In. Well, thanks, sunshine, but as you can see, I've got my own means of transport.
In.
Well, it's not every day you get the chance to chat with such erudite academics as yourselves, eh?
In.
Now, you, Endell, are becoming a public nuisance.
That's so.
That is most definitely so. Oh, I don't mind you nosing about the trough with the other pigs. I mean, everybody's got to eat, even riff-raff like you. But when you try elbowing your way onto the high table, I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
What are you on about?
Sandy Murdoch, that's what I'm on about. His club manager was on the phone to me this morning saying that some poacher was trying to nick his prize fish. He hired me as his gamekeeper.
Oh, too late. The fish is already in the net.
Well, my advice to you is to throw him back.
Oh, Alice, the boy wants to go. All I'm doing is opening the door for him.
Oh, and take nothing for your trouble, eh? Now, it doesn't matter to you, does it, that in lining the pockets of that obscene overcoat of yours, you're depriving our wonderful country of one of the finest stars in the Scottish football's firmament?
My, we are waxing lyrical today. Why don't you put that to music?
Charlie, this deal of yours is not going to go through. You want me to tell you why?
Okay. Why?
Because if it does, a certain bloke sitting not a million miles from where you are now is going to lose both his kneecaps and all his fingernails. And this time, I'm no kidding.
No, that call to California was a transfer charge. Yes, Right, thank you.
Hey, Janet, send a telegram. Tell Jasper X the deal's off.
Why?
Never mind why, just send the cable.
How can he do that? Mr. Endley's on his way.
What?
Kindly have papers ready, stop. My board will match any other office stop. Arrive in Prestwick 18:30, Friday, stop.
It's 18:30 now. Listen, where's Hamish?
He took Miss Moncrief back to her office. He should have been back by now.
Well, look, I tell you what you do. You go slap him down to Prestwick, pick him up, bring him back up to Glasgow, stick him in the Argyle Lodge and tell him I'll contact him tomorrow.
But how am I going to get there?
Oh, in a bloody ice cream van, I don't know. Look, can you get me a Joe Baxi?
Eh?
A taxi!
Oh, how? Where are you going?
To put Sandy Murdoch under wraps. Sandy Murdoch, Phyllis Dixon.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, if he has my room for a few days. There's a few unscrupulous ruffians trying to short-circuit his career. I want to keep him out of their way.
What about you?
Well, I thought I might move down here.
I see. Well, maybe I'll just move up there.
It's too brutal.
What?
Oh, nothing. Listen, I wait and get your grip. I want a wee word with Dixie.
Mr. Endell, what am I doing about my training? I've got to keep match fit.
Oh, don't worry about that, son. Dixie will train you, won't you, darling?
Be a pleasure.
Aye, I reckon it will.
Listen, it's a room at the top of the stairs, okay?
What are you up to, Charlie?
Oh, he's a client. I was trying to sell him to America. Now I'm trying not to.
He changed his mind?
No, I have.
Why?
Well, I want to hang on to my kneecaps.
Oh, Charlie.
Besides, I've got other fish to fry, and I need your help.
You're not going to ask me to break the law?
No, it's me that'll be breaking the law. No, I want you to warn your brother.
What?
Tell him to be on the Ayr Road at Rookenglen at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. He might see something to his advantage.
Such as?
Me exceeding the speed limit.
But you haven't even got a license.
Well, exactly.
You mean you want Hugh to nick you?
Villains like me are a menace to this fair city, Dixie. The authorities should keep us under constant surveillance. Sandy, son!
Charlie,
Look, have you not got an office to go to?
I've got to come out of it sometimes to catch up with you.
Yes, I've been meaning to come and see you, as a matter of fact.
The way to Barlini is paved with good intentions. I wanted to know about that footballer.
Oh, I'll bet.
I beg your pardon?
I've never seen so many female eyes out in stalks. It's disgusting.
Don't push your luck, Charlie. How did you come to be his personal manager?
Just happened to be around at the right time, I should say.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
You all right?
Oh, quite.
Sure.
Oh, definitely.
I hope you haven't been guilty of misrepresentation.
Not at all. He asked me to look after his interests because he was so impressed with my business acumen and commercial expertise.
That's a clear case of misrepresentation.
Kate! Am I to be pursued by the hounds of hell till the end of time? Can I never be allowed to settle down and earn an honest crust? Is there no forgiveness in that cruel heart of yours, Kate?
Not much. Not if you're going to play the ham, as well as refuse to obey the conditions of your parole.
You gotta be a virgin.
What?
A Virgo! Too concerned with the minutiae to take the broad view, unable to grasp the cup of life and drain it to the lees. Do you know what you need?
Tell me.
A day at the races.
I still can't understand why Cousin Finbar should have entrusted one of his valuable horses to you.
Perhaps because he reckons I've paid my debt to society. Because unlike some people, he wants to see me back on my feet.
Wrong.
Why so?
Well, because he couldn't care less about you. Or anyone else for that matter. He's always out for number one.
Oh, you're as hard as nails, Kate Moncrief. Hard as nails.
However strange as it may seem, I care about you.
I knew it. Beneath that mask of indifference, I knew there was the face of a real woman. A woman's desires, a woman's needs.
Keep your hands on the wheel. No, I genuinely do want to see you back on your feet. It's just that when people like my cousin Finbar and that footballer start trusting you with their horses and their careers, for no apparent reason, I get suspicious. Is this a built-up area?
I should say so.
Then you're going much too fast. Slow down, Charlie. There's speed traps all along this road.
Got to get to the coast by 10. Cousin Finbar's orders.
That's him.
Doing over 60.
And he's got a young lassie with him coming. Let's nick him before he kills her.
Morning, Charlie.
Well, well, there's an old shuck.
Sergeant Dixon, I didn't know you were back in traffic.
I had a tip-off, miss.
A tip-off?
From her sister. She said Charlie was going to be driving without a licence this morning. She didn't want him to come to any harm, so she asked me to pull him in for his own good.
Charles Buchanan, don't tell me you haven't got a driving licence.
Oh, I've got one right enough. It's just that flaming Swansea computer won't return it.
Because you were banned from driving before you went inside.
You're a disgrace. It's lucky the sergeant knows you.
Oh, I'm afraid that won't do any good, miss. The law must take its course.
Oh, have a heart, Shug. I'm on an assignment, an important one, a legitimate.
I can vouch for that, Sergeant. He has strict instructions from his employer.
No doubt the sheriff will take that into consideration. Right, out.
I come with you, Charlie. There doesn't seem much that I can do.
Oh, don't waste your time on me, Kate. You go home and take the horse with you and file me under lost causes.
Don't worry, Charlie. I'll see the assignment's completed. Mustn't let Finbar down.
Kate! Kate! Oh. See me. I'm back.
Good morning, Mr. Rent.
Morning, Hen. Is Charlie about?
Business meeting, he said.
Oh, not still trying to flog Sandy Muddock, is he?
No, he's gone off that idea. Don't know why.
Maybe a sudden burst of patriotism, eh? Who are all these lasses?
Temps, we had to get more staff in to sort out the coupons.
Oh, how many so far?
Nearly 30,000.
Very good. Has Charlie decided where he's going to put the ball yet?
Aye, but I'm not sure I should tell you, Mr. Vint. It's dead secret, so it is.
Come on, Charlie meets partners. There's no harm in telling me, surely.
Well, every coupon that comes in, we mark the guess with a cross. And here's the chart.
Oh, aye. What's this big cross here?
That's where we're going to put it.
Is it? Ah. I wonder if you can tell me about the postal orders now. There's one thing I'm just wondering. Well, I wonder, are they made out to the company when they come in? Are they all
Yes,
blind?
no, they come and we open them up and it's made out to...
£10,000! That's how much you've cost us! Not to mention the money we stood to win. 10,000 at 11 to 1. That's 110,000.
Well, it wasn't my fault. It was that 14th cousin of yours.
Why the hell did you take her with you?
Well, straight and above board, you said. There's nobody more straight and above board than a probation officer.
Well, we shall want our original stake back.
From me?
From you. Otherwise, there will be bloodshed.
But that's not fair.
I know, it's the rich what gets the blessings, it's the poor what gets the blame. But the members of my syndicate are very angry, and I've promised them a full refund.
Well, you made the promise. You keep it.
I'm sorry, Endell, but I've passed the buck. And it stops with you.
Well, don't be daft. Where am I going to find 10,000 quid?
That's your problem. And I shouldn't lose any time solving it if I were you. I have many friends in the borders, and they all play rugby.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and change. And 1, and 2, and 3, and change. And 1, and 2, and 3, and change. And 1, and 2, and 3, and relax. Okay, Sandy, that's enough for now. Girls, go over in the corner and talk amongst yourselves quietly.
I'd like to see the rest of the lads go through that lot. Most of them think dancers are a bunch of powder puffs.
Pity you're not going to be here for long. I could tone you up quite a bit.
Aye, I'll bet.
Tell me, Sandy, why exactly has Charlie stashed you away here?
He said there was a certain party didn't want me to leave Scotland. So I had to keep it aside till he'd done the deal.
He told you that?
Aye. Something wrong?
I don't know. I'm not sure I should tell you this, Sandy, but Charlie doesn't want you to leave Scotland either.
Eh?
Well, I think someone's been threatening him because he said he was trying to hang on to his kneecaps.
You think he might be trying to double-cross me?
No, he wouldn't do that. I think he's just trying to get out from under. Hello, Hamish.
Hi, Dixie. Seen Charlie?
Not since this morning. Can I give him a message?
Tell him we've had that American on the blower. He's getting restless.
What American?
The president of the Superjets. Wants to know when Charlie's going to contact him.
Where's he staying?
Girl Lodge.
Girl Lodge, eh? Sounds like a big spender.
Okay, that's enough for today, Sandy. Right, girls, come on. Get back. Quickly. Come on. And 1, and 2, and 3, and change. And 1, and 2, and 3, and change.
Right, this is it then, Charlie. This is the final position of the ball, eh?
That's it, Alistair.
Okay, you better sign that. We don't want any comebacks, do we?
We sure do not.
I'll get it off to the printers in the afternoon. That's the stuff. Well, you'll take a draw, eh?
Well, if you've nothing more exotic.
30,000 entries, your lassie said. 20p a time, that's 6,000 quid.
And here's your share, 55%. It's a good start. Your circulation's beginning to improve.
Aye. I must confess I was getting a bit worried. Before you come along with that scheme, I was certainly getting a bit worried. I mean, when tits and bums begin to sack, you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, it's a turn-off all round, eh?
Sledge.
Gesundheit.
Excuse me.
Aye. What can we do for you, Gran?
Would this be the office of Thrust magazine?
I would.
Well, I brought my entry for the Spot the Ball competition. It's not too late, is it?
No, but you should have sent it to the organisers, Worldwide Sporting Enterprises.
But there was no time. I mean, the entry's closed the day, I believe.
Aye.
So I thought I would bring my coupon and the postal order along myself. Make sure you got it.
Very wise. Well, this is the organiser of the competition, Mr. Endell.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you, Sonny.
Enchanted.
Aye.
Have I got anywhere near it, do you think?
Pretty close, Gran. Pretty close. What do you reckon, Charlie?
Looks like a winner, eh? And how gratifying that it should be one of our senior citizens. Not your mother, is it?
Of course not. Relatives of directors and staff are barred from entering. It's in the small print.
Well, in that case, I don't see why a cheque for 10,000 quid should be winging its way through the post, you. Oh, dear.
What's wrong?
2/5 of a centimetre out. So near and yet so far. Pity.
See that. That looks like dead centre to me. Of course, it'll have to be checked by our panel of experts here, but I'm pretty sure they'll confirm it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, fancy that. Oh, I just can't believe my good luck.
You know, you should audition for the National Theatre, Hen. You make Vanessa Redgrave look like a beginner. Oh, Alistair. Small question for postal order.
Oh. Oh, Charlie. Small question of 55%.
No problem. 11p.
Did I do all right then, Mr. Vint?
Great, Penelope, just great. Academy Award stuff.
But I still can't understand why you're so keen to make me rich.
We're both getting what we want. By making you rich, I'm making Endell poor.
What do you think you were doing?
I'm sorry, Mr. Endell. I thought with him being your partner, it'd be okay to show him.
Oh, incompetence! I'm surrounded by incompetence! No wonder there's much unemployment up here. All you're fit for is a dole.
Oh, you'll not be interested in my report, then?
What report?
Well, that lawyer, you asked me to check him out.
Well?
6 months ago, he was suspended by the Law Society.
Why?
They reckoned he'd been playing around with clients' money, investing it in his own name.
But you don't get suspended for that, you get struck off.
Aye, well, that's a strange thing. For a couple of weeks, it looked like he was for the chop. But then he suddenly produced the money.
And the fairy godmother waved her magic wand, eh? I better know her name.
Telfer.
He must be using Caradown as a front. Two bent lawyers infest in the same office.
Aye, and one pretending he doesn't know the other.
About as likely as Nixon not know nothing about Watergate.
It's too much of a coincidence.
You know, worldwide, you are not the witless wonder I took you for. Tonight, we shall return to the office of that nefarious attorney and try to solve the mystery of his tumblers. Oh, not two in the same day. 0. Port. 0. Port. 50. Starboard. 0.
Yeah, the maestro hasn't lost his touch, eh?
Friend Caradine's a bit short in the Nelson Eddies.
Well, there's nothing much in here except that book.
Aye, but what book, I ask myself? Hey, Shine On Harvest Moon.
We've wasted our time, eh?
On the contrary, we've learnt something very much to our advantage.
That's right. Use your heads. That's it. And 2. Anna, hold it a minute, Anna. Something I can do for you, gentlemen.
We're looking for your lodger.
I'm afraid he's out.
Well, wait.
Right, Anna. Let's show these nice gentlemen what we do, okay? And band down, and up and down. And back, 3 and 4, and... That's right, keep your fingers pointed. That's it, that's lovely, and smile.
A book. My dear Mr. Endell, I'm not in the market for books. Why don't you take it to the library?
The general public wouldn't go for it. It's a specialized subject.
What?
Figures. Financial figures.
Have you had it valued?
Oh, no need to. I know how much it's worth.
That belongs to me.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. And I'm sure you don't want the law brought into this.
When did you steal it?
Oh, 2 us a favour, Caradine. I was purloining the worm while the early bird was still snoring its head off.
Well, I shouldn't have thought a ledger was much use to you. Few meaningless figures.
Oh, but they're not meaningless to me. I have studied accountancy.
Really?
Shall I tell you how it all adds up? On the left-hand page, itemised sums paid to A. Vint Esquire, a name you couldn't spell correctly when you were drawing up the contract. And on the right-hand page, various monies paid into a numbered account at the Credit Lyonnais in Geneva. Now, the interesting thing is that the sums on the right-hand page are exactly half those on the left.
So?
Well, it's obvious what you've been doing, Sunshine. You've been laundering hot money through Vint's betting shops on a 2-to-1 basis. And you've been operating on behalf of a certain fellow who came to your rescue when you were in professional shtuck in Edinburgh.
You're just whistling in the dark.
I'll bet Interpol could easily find out who owns the numbered Swiss account.
Ceiling to the floor. Hold it, Anna. Hold it. Yes?
Endell?
Not here.
We'll wait.
Right, Anna. Hit it, girls. And that's lovely. And smile. And that's beautiful, yes.
All right, how much?
I only want what I'm owed. 180 grand.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't have that kind of money.
No, but Telfer has, and he's been minding it for me while I was away.
I can't touch Telfer's money even if I knew where it was. 5,000. I might be able to manage that.
I need 20.
10. That's all I've got. I'll show you my bank statement.
Okay, I'll come to the bank with you while you draw it.
But not now. I've got clients waiting.
Do you reckon they're more important than me?
Suppose I told the police that you were blackmailing me.
That wouldn't be too clever. Like cutting your throat to get rid of a headache.
Hold on, Anna.
Hello, Charlie. Come for the prize money.
Take your turn, you uncouth lout. Whatever arrangement you may have with Endell, my friends have the prior claim.
You shut your face, Grandad. Endell and me have got a contract.
And we're here to settle a debt of honour, which obviously takes precedence.
Look, I don't know who you are, you wee runt, but you can stuff your debt of honour. Charlie owes me 10,000 quid.
Precisely the sum he owes us.
Well, one of you is going to be unlucky, because 10,000's all I could raise.
Keep your hands off that, peasant.
Peasant?
Or my friends will demonstrate a well-practiced manoeuvre known in rugby circles as the up and under.
Who do you think you are?
Listen, where's Sandy?
Gone.
Gone, is he? Gone where?
Packed his bags and left.
Did you see where?
No, but
But what?
it was soon after Hamish came to leave you a message.
What message?
He said the Yank at the Argyle Lodge was getting restless, and Sandy heard this.
Your dance hall is the least of my worries. He's going to nail me for 10,000 quid. Listen, will you be quiet? I can't hear myself think. What?
You've got to do something.
Look, if you'll all be quiet, I'll put the tail in you. Right, be quiet, eh? Might give you Tom and Jerry or something, okay?
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me, Mr. Endell.
Oh,
what is it?
You dropped this on the floor.
Eh?
You dropped this on the floor.
Oh, hey, we'll have a party, eh? Oh, we are definitely back, eh?
Titty bum bum, a titty bum bum, a titty bumperoni, a titty bum bum, a diddle lad loader, a diddle lad do, a diddle down the doodle.